Pitch low and inside. Cold. Strike one. Mars Terraformers 91 and 49. First in the American League East. Grady Sizemore at the plate hitting .283. Fouls it back. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Denise Finelli on the mound. 0-2 count, we go high and tight. Fouls it back. Count remains 0-2. Who remembers Grady Sizemore? Cleveland Indians when they were the Indians. Fly ball, foul territory. Charging over is Bobby Kitsios. Does not make the catch. Count will remain 0-2. Let's go curveball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 away. Next up, Geraldo Perdomo. Hitting .259. At the knees for strike one. .259, 10 home runs, 48 runs batted in on the first day of September in this created franchise, the Mars Terraformers. Line drive, caught by the shortstop Maribel Ortiz for out number 2. The lineup for the Mets: Sizemore, Perdomo, Gary Sheffield, Jason Giambi, Kevin Youkilis, Morel, Mack, Davis, Castro. You've seen it. Let's get moving. .297, 35 homers, 107 runs batted in. Good season for Gary. 2 outs, bases empty. Fly ball the other way towards the right field line. Charging is Anthony Millo. He makes the catch to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Finelli, who go to the bottom of the first. It is the Mets nothing. The Terraformers coming to bat. MLB The Show 24. Whitey Ford, 9-11 with a 5 ERA. It's exactly how I would expect him to perform if faced with modern day hitters. Leading off for the Terraformers, Joey Pollard, 310, 29 homers, 91 runs batted in. The third baseman for the Terraformers. Chopper at the plate, charging is Whitey, over the shoulder throw, and not in time. Infield, swinging bunt base hit for Joey Pollard. Here's a replay. Joey's flying down the line. Was it even close? Nope. Next up, Chris Ramos, the catcher, hitting .330. Fouls it back, 90 miles an hour on the radar gun, strike one. Pollard leads off first, 0-1. Fouls it back, hit again, count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Chopper, third base, over second for 1, he drops it, safe, everybody's safe. First and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the first. The Mars, they call it an E5 on a bad throw from the third baseman. Mars is threatening. Up next, first baseman Patrick Joseph, .330 average, 15 homers, 57 runs batted in, just over a half a season. Left-hand hitter against the lefty. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss, strike one. Mets this season, 75 and 63, good enough for a wild card spot. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a base hit. Running third and heading home is Pollard. It's an RBI single for Patrick Joseph and a 1-0 lead for the Mars Terraformers. Let's see a replay. Ground ball with eyes. Next up, DH and pitcher Denise Finelli, hitting .294. Out in front of the fastball, swing and a miss, strike one. She has 19 homers and 64 runs batted in. Won a Gold Glove on on the mound last season. This is 2025. Out in front of the changeup. Count quickly, no balls, 2 strikes to Finelli. Runners lead off first and second. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first. Late on the fastball, fouls it into the seats. Line drive up the middle, flips to second for 1, back to first. Double play. Runner will move to third, but they'll gladly take the 2 outs on the 4-6-3. Here's the replay. Not enough on the ball. 4-6-3. Next up, center fielder Michael O'Rourke needs a hit to get that second insurance run home. Deep drive, but I believe playable in front of the warning track. The side is retired. But they do get a run on the RBI single by Patrick Joseph. And after 1 inning of play here at Hollow 6, Mars Terraformers lead 1-0. Jason Giambi leads off the top of the second. Here's the pitch. Line drive, will he get there? No, he will. Oh, it gets past him. Bounces off the wall. He'll get second easy, possibly more. Leadoff double for Jason Giambi. Should have been a single. Number 18 on the season for Jason. I think he took a really bad route to the ball. Next up, Kevin Youkilis. Check the swing. The pitch was off the plate, ball 1. 272, 9 homers, 42 runs batted in. If I was the real Kevin Youkilis, I'd be insulted. Inside corner, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dave Lawrence is the fictional umpire calling balls and strikes. Low, 2-1. Out in front of the curve, swinging a miss, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't forget, runner in scoring position at second, still nobody out. That is the tying run. Full count, 3-2. On deck, Christopher Morel. Pulls it foul. At bat will continue. Hits it high and deep, but foul. Pops him up, right side. First baseman Joseph makes the catch for out number 1. Chris Morel, 27 homers, 95 runs batted in on the season. Fouls it back, strike 1. Curve is low and outside, count evens 1-1. Jams him, fouls it back behind home plate. Ball, 2 strikes. Whenever I have 2 strikes on the hitter, I go high and tight. Swing and a miss, struck him out 2 away. Next up, Joe Mack. Outside corner, strike 1. 308, no homers, 5 RBIs. Obviously a September call-up from the minor leagues or an injury replacement. Grounder to second. Massimo over to first to retire the side. So the leadoff man hits a double but does not come around to score. At the end of 1.5, it's the Terraformers 1, the Mets 0. Bobby Kitsios hitting 305 leads off here in the bottom of the second. 31 homers, 88 runs batted in. Whitey sets and delivers. Fouls it off, strike one. Late on the fastball, foul, count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Pops him up in the infield, charging is the third baseman. Is out number 1. Next up is the shortstop, Maribel Ortiz, 310, 20 homers, 80 RBIs. Line drive, base hit over the third baseman's head. It is a 1-out single for Maribel. And the Terraformers have a base runner here in the bottom of the second. Next up, Anthony Millo, the right fielder, hitting .313. Deep drive, but playable. The left fielder in front of the warning track will make the catch for out number 2. Just got under it. Massimo Cicero, the second baseman, 259, 18 homers, 53 runs batted in. 1-0 lead for Mars. Ground ball up the middle, shoveled, throws to first, in time. Side retired. I'm surprised that he didn't tag the runner advancing to second. Regardless, ended 2, 1-0 Terraformers. MLB The Show, 24. Chili Davis, 291, 10 homers, 63 runs batted in. I remember him from the glory days of the New York Yankees in the 1990s. Ground ball crossing over in front of the shortstop is Pollard. Strong throw to first, 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up, Willie Castro. Career high 15 homers, 41 runs batted in. At the knees for strike 1. Low and inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Denise Finelli, starting pitcher, 2-way player, also can play center field, but usually DHs instead, is 19-1 on the season. Fouls it back. Castro does. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Caught him looking. 2-away. Third strikeout for Finelli. Next up, leadoff man Grady Sizemore, who's 0 for 1. Inside part of the plate, strike 1. Line drive over the head of the third baseman. It is a 2-out single for Grady Sizemore to keep the inning going for the New York Mets. Next up, Geraldo Perdomo, 0 for 1. Runner leads off first. Low ball 1. Deep drive. O'Rourke goes back to the track. The wall looking up. That's a 2-run home run, and the Mets now have a 2-1 lead. Number 11 on the season for Perdomo. It's the replay. Oh. Next up, Gary Sheffield, 2-1 Mets lead. Deep drive to left center field, but O'Rourke will get this one to retire the side. Again, a 2-run home run from Geraldo Perdomo gives the New York Mets, after 2.5, a 2-1 advantage. This is MLB The Show 24. Leading off, Joey Pollard, who singled and scored a run in his first at-bat. Stepping in there, bottom 3. Line drive over the head of the third baseman and into the left field. It will roll all the way to the corner of the wall. He'll make it to second. It's a leadoff double for Joey Pollard. Double number 37 on the franchise season. Here's the replay. Really no chance for the left fielder to get that ball back in to prevent the double. Perfect form. Next up, Chris Ramos. 0 for 1. Chases it. Change up off the plate. Way outside. Strike 1. Needs to show a little more patience. Show some patience, Chris Ramos. Inside, count 1 ball and 1 strike. Joey's on second base has 10 stolen bases on the season. I don't know why they give you that stat, because he's less likely to steal at second than he would be if he was at first. Inside corner, strike number 2. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whitey Ford sets and deals. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Here comes the 1-2 yet again. Again, runner leads off second. Nobody out. Out in front of the changeup. Strike him out swinging. 1 away. First strikeout for Whitey. Just gave him the pus. Give him the cheese. Oh, way out front. Next up, Patrick Joseph, left-handed hitter against the lefty Whitey Ford. 1 out, runner in scoring position. Skies it the other way. Routine play for the left fielder. Makes the catch. Out number 2. Of course, no advance on the bases. Chili Davis in left for the Mets. So with 2 outs, up steps Denise Finelli, who I'm sure would love to tie the game to help her on the mound. Just gets a piece of the 91-mile-an-hour fastball. August pitcher of the month, Denise Finelli. Not surprised. 19-1 record over the course of the season. Line drive knocked down. Runner will stop at third. It'll be an infield single, and the half inning will continue. It's base hit, of course. Unfortunately, the tying run does not score, requiring Michael O'Rourke, who's 0 for 1, to get that runner at third across to tie this ball game. And I don't think he's going to do it. It's a lazy fly ball to Chili, makes the catch, retires the side. They lead 2. After 3 innings of play here at Hollow Dome 6, it's the Mets 2, Terraformers 1. Leading off top 4, Jason Giambi has a double in his sole plate appearance. Hard grounder to Massimo. Lo Cicero fields, fires, got him. 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up, Youkilis, 0 for 1. Low ball 1. Off the end of the bat, skies it to right. Anthony Millo is there. Routine play. 2 outs. The third baseman, number 5, Christopher Morel, 2 outs, bases empty. Steps up. 0 for 1. Finelli deals. Line drive foul. Strike one. Pulls it to left, but Bobby Kitsios is there, waits for it, and retires the side. 1-2-3 inning for Finelli. After 3.5, still 2-1 Mets. You go to the bottom of the fourth. Bobby Kitsios is 0 for 1. Fouls it back, strike one. Last season, Bobby Kitsios won a Gold Glove for his defensive play in left field. Deep drive to left, but playable. In front of the warning track, Chili Davis makes the catch one away. Next up, Ortiz, singled. 1 out, bases empty. 2-1 Mets. Swing and a miss, sink the fastball, strike one. Two-hopper to the third baseman, Morel Fields, across in time, and there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Next up, Anthony Millo, 26 homers, 70 runs batted in. 0 for 1 today. Ties him up in knots, swing and a miss, strike one. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss, strike two. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Side retired. Quick inning for Whitey Ford. 2-1 lead for the Mets. This is MLB The Show. Top 5, Joe Mack, 0 for 1. Steps in against Denise. Low and inside, ball 1. And that's a bloop which will dunk in there in left center field for a leadoff single by Joe Mack. And the Mets have the leadoff man on here in the top of the 5th. In on the hands, but just enough of the ball to get it out over that shortstop position in that little Bermuda triangle in left center field. Next up, Chili Davis. Line drive, headed towards the gap, and it will not get in there. The throw to third he stays at second. However, the Mets are threatening here in the top of the 5th. First 2 men lead. First 2 men get on base. It's first and second. Nobody out. For Willie Castro. Low. Shisi does not seem to have it today. Castro struck out, 0 for 1. Change up in there, strike one. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Willie Castro hitting only a $153 with runners in scoring position. Inside, 2 balls, strike. Can't afford to give up any more runs. Strike 2, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, nobody out. 2-1 Mets here in the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, struck Willie Castro out, 1 away. 4th strikeout for Denise Finelli. Next up is the leadoff man Brady Sizemore, who has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 2. Fastball low, ball 1. Brady 204 with runners in scoring position. Two balls and no strikes. Fouls off the cut fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Inside corner, count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of the curve to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. Big moment in the game. They can't afford to give up any more runs, being down 2-1. And he hits it up the first baseline, foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So after giving up 2 singles to lead off the top of the 5th, having first and second and nobody out, Finelli proceeds to strike out the next 2 batters. It's now 2 on and 2 out. Geraldo Perdomo, responsible for both runs on the scoreboard for the Mets with a 2-run home run, is up there with a chance to put them further out in front. Pitch inside, ball 1. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss, count 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball, 1 hopper to Joseph. Easy play, steps on the bag, side retired. And the game is still 2-1 Mets as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Crisis averted. Leading off for the Terraformers is Massimo Cicero, who's 0-for-1. Second baseman. Chases a pitch down and in. Should be ball 1. Instead, it's strike 1. Way out in front. Change up off the plate. 0-2 is the count. Deep drive, but curling foul. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes on Massimo. Swing and a miss, struck him out on the slow change. 3rd strikeout for Whitey Ford. Top of the lineup, Joey Pollard, 2-for-2 today. Off the end of the bat, pulls it foul, strike 1. Single, a double, a run scored. His average is at .312. The 2 hits today. Swing and a miss over the top of the curve. Count is no balls and 2 strikes to Joey. Struck him out swinging, and there are 2 away. 4th strikeout for Whitey, 2 of them in this inning alone. Chris Ramos, 0-for-2. Down by a run here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs, bases empty. Grounder to 3rd. Fields throws across in time. Easy 1-2-3 inning for Whitey Ford. So at the end of 5, it's an official ball game. The Mets lead 2-1. Top 6, Gary Sheffield, 0-for-2. Outside corner, strike 1. Gary's got 589 home runs over 25 seasons. My God. Swinging and miss the slider, strike 2. See what steroids will do for you? Here comes the 0-2. Jammed him, fouled it back. Count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 1 away. That is strikeout number 6 for Finelli. Next up, Jason Giambi, 1-for-2. Off the plate, ball 1. 32 homers and 90 runs batted in for Giambi. Out in front of the fastball. Strike one. Swing and a miss the cutter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 7. 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Kevin Youkilis is 0 for 2. Steps in. Outside corner, strike 1. She's pitched well. Only blemish is a 2-run home run given up by Geraldo Perdomo. Inside corner, swinging and a miss, strike 2. Slider down and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Go high and tight with the heater. Too high, too tight. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. 2-1 Mets here in the top of the 6th inning. Finelli sets and delivers. He rolls it foul. Line drive the other way into the seats. Foul ball. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Side retired, 6 innings, 2 runs. They need runs. Mars needs to score some runs. Middle of the lineup here in the bottom of the 6th. Let's go. First baseman Patrick Joseph has an RBI single. He counts for the only run for the Terraformers today so far. High strike, but strike nonetheless. Here comes the 0-1. Chases a slider down and away, swinging and a miss, strike 2. Whitey's mowing him down. Slider outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swinging and a miss over the top of the slider, struck him out. 1 away. Strikeout number 5 for Ford. Finelli, 1 for 2, steps up. DH. Grounder, easy play for the second baseman. 2 away. Willie Castro, second base for the Mets. Just 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Up steps Michael O'Rourke, who is 0 for 2, only 1 for 5 in the series so far. Chases a curveball off the plate, strike 1. Again, chases a breaking ball off the plate. 2 quick strikes on O'Rourke. Tough to lay off. Strike him out swinging, side retired. 6 innings complete, 2-1 lead for the Mets. Top of the 7th, Christopher Morel, the third baseman, is 0 for 2. Her bid for win number 20 on the season. Fouls it back, strike 1. Not looking too good so far. Pitched a decent game, but the offense is not doing their job. Off the end of the bat to left center field, Kitsios is there. Makes the catch for out number 1. Joe Mack, 1 for 2 with a single. 1 out, bases empty. In there, strike 1. Finelli has to be careful with her placement because she can't break a pane of glass with the fastball. But as you can see, a nasty breaking ball down and in. 2 quick strikes on Mac. Here's the heater. Strike 3 called. 2-way. Strikeout number 9. Here's the replay. Could argue that it's high. Too close to take. Chili Davis 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Low and inside, ball 1. Fouls off the changeup. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike to Chili. I wonder what his real first name is. I highly doubt that Chili is on his birth certificate. Line drive, foul, first base line. Count is 1 and 2. Finelli deals. Fouls it back. Out in front, swing and a miss. Side retired, 7th inning stretch. That's 10 strikeouts from Finelli. Take us out to the ball game. Take us out to the crowd. All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th. Let's get serious. Bobby Kitzios is 0 for 2. He has 31 homers. 1 big swing ties this ball game. Let's see what happens. Chase is a high fastball. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Danny Colombe and Paul Sewald, 2 right-handers warming in the Mets bullpen. Here comes the 0-1 from Whitey Ford, legendary pitcher for the New York Yankees. Chase is the high fastball. Would have been a strike anyway, but way behind it. Quick 0-2 count on Kitzios. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nasty. Strikeout number 7. Yeah, we don't need to see replay. Shortstop Ortiz, 1 for 2. Hard ground ball to her counterpart. Throws across his body in time. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Nice play by the shortstop. Anthony Millo, 312, 26-70. Bases empty, 2 away. Here comes the pitch. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss, strike 1. Mowing him down. Mowing him down. Inside fastball ties him in knots. 2 quick strikes on Millo. He's just having his way with this Mars Terraformer lineup. Having his way with them. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Count remains 0-2 on Anthony. Again, 2-1 Mets here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fouls back. Not a dominating fastball. Barely 90. 91 on the radar gun. A good change of speed. Inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He does have power. He does have an opportunity. Tie this ball game with 1 swing at the bat. Bouncer up the middle. Charging is the shortstop. Crosses body in time. Side retired. So we go to the top of the 8th. It's still a 1-run ball game. Mets lead 2-1. Willie Castro, second baseman, struck out twice today. He's 0 for 2. Finelli is still out there in the 8th inning. She only has 81 pitches. At the knees, strike 1. Breaking ball, change up in there, strike 2. 0-2 count to Castro. Jams him into that left field spot, but the shortstop Ortiz makes the catch, 1 away. Making a bid for that no man's land, or no woman's land, or no person's land, however you like to say it. Lineup turns over for the Mets. Grady Sizemore is 1 for 3 with a single. 1 out, bases empty here in the 8th. Ground ball through the left side. It is a 1 out single for Grady. He has 2 hits today. And the Mets are trying to get that insurance run across here in the 8th. Can they do it? Perdomo in the 3rd. Responsible for both runs. Boom. Ouch. Sure you'd like to do it again. Just gets a piece. Fouls it back, strike 1. Curveball, nasty. Fouls it back. Count is 0-2. Runner leads off first. Jams him, but O'Rourke will get there. There's out number 2. No advance on the bases. Gary Sheffield, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Outside corner, strike 1. Just gets a piece of that slider, strike 2. You know what's going to happen. High and tight. High and tight with 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Side retired, 8 innings, strong outing for Denise Finelli, but she is on the losing side of things at the moment. After 7.5, it's the Mets 2. The Terraformers 1. MLB The Show. All right, let's get this going. Before we hit, let's go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And let's warm up the closer, Goose Gossage. And scheduled to put him in the game. She's pitched 8 innings, got 10-plus strikeouts, 2 runs scored. The only way she can get win number 20 is if we pull ahead in this half inning. Ground ball through the middle. It's a leadoff single for Massimo Lo Cicero. Ground ball with eyes. That is the tying run in first here in the bottom of the 8th. That's right. Celebrate, Massimo. Oh, that's it for Whitey. He's responsible for that runner at first. He can win. He cannot lose. He can get a no decision if that runner comes around to score. Out of the bullpen for the Mets, Paul Sewald, 1-1 with a 3.13 earned run average over 39 appearances out of the bullpen for the New York Metropolitans. He'll face Joey Pollard, who is 2 for 3, right-handed pitcher, over to first, not in time. Righty against righty. Will Massimo steal? High strike, late on it, fouls it off, out of play, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. And he pops it up. Shortstop, just on the outfield grass, makes the catch one way. Got under it. Next up, Chris Ramos, 0 for 3 today. 38 homers, 95 RBIs. Massimo leads off first for tying run. Swing and a miss behind the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike 1. He's got to get that bat off his shoulder. Ground ball to the left side. Long throw. In time. 2-way. Deep play at short. Thought he might have a chance to leg it out, but just in time for out number 2. However, the tying run is in scoring position. Patrick Joseph, 1 for 3 with an RBI single, will need to get a hit to tie this ball game up here in the bottom of the 8th. Can he do it? Deep fly ball, but not deep enough. Side retired. End of 8 innings. It's still 2-1 Mets. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. Rich Gossage, 2.55 earned run average, over 48 appearances. Jason Giambi. Oh, that ball's deep. Miller goes back. The track, the wall, looking up. That's gone. Just like that, first pitch out of the bullpen, Jason Giambi takes him deep and gives the New York Mets cushion, home run number 33 on the season. It's now 3-1. Here's the replay. Kevin Youkilis. In there, strike one. 89 on the radar gun. Off the end of the bat, foul territory, charging is Millo. He will not get there, but the count is no balls and 2 strikes to Youkilis. High ball one. Swing and miss, struck him out. 1 away. Christopher Morel, 0 for 3. At the knees, outside corner, strike one. Pops him up right side in fair territory, check that foul territory, but on the field, Joseph makes the catch 2 away. So after the leadoff home run, Gossage gets the next 2 outs. 2 out space is empty for Joe Mack. Outside corner, strike one, triple digits on the radar gun, 100 miles an hour from Gossage. Slider or slurve low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the change, 1 and 2. High, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty, 3-1 Mets here in the top of the 9th inning. Just gets a piece of the 101 mile an hour fastball. Pops it up down the left field line, out of play. Count remains 2-2. Line drive headed down the line. It's a fair ball. Kitzios in foul territory, throws to second. He's in there. It's a 2-out double for Joe Mack. Double number 4 on the season. Off the end of the bat, finds fair territory down that left field line by about a half a foot. It's a big at-bat here against Chili Davis. Fastball low, ball 1. Chili's 1 for 3. Swing and a miss, this breaking ball. Chili's hitting .418 with runners in scoring position this season. That's pretty impressive. Inside part of the plate, swing and a miss, strike 2. Just misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position at second. Top of the 9th, 2-run lead for the Mets. They're trying to expand it. Swing and a miss, struck him out, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 9th for the Mars Terraformers. Down by 2. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win. Can they do it? Last licks on MLB The Show. Mariano Rivera for the New York Mets. That's a blasphemy. 0-2 record, 39 saves in 43 save appearances with an ERA of 3.49. Mr. Sandman will face Denise Finelli, 1 for 3 with a single to lead off the bottom of the 9th for the Terraformers. Fouls off the cutter. Strike one. 3-1 lead for the Mets. Rolls it over to the third baseman. Easy play for Morel. And there's one out here in the ninth. She's 1 for 4 today. Next up, Mike O'Rourke. 33 homers, 94 runs batted in on the season. 0 for 3 today, however. Mo sets and delivers. Misses outside with the cutter. Ball one. Pops him up. Shallow right field. Second baseman Castro makes the catch. 2 outs. And the Mars Terraformers are down to their final out of this ball game. Representing the final out is Bobby Kitzios, who's 0 for 3 today. Just gets a piece, foul it back, strike one. Two outs in the ninth. 3-1 lead for the Mets. Inside cut fastball, fouls it down the right field line. 2 strikes, and the Terraformers are down to their final strike of this game. Swing and a miss, struck him out, side retired, ball game over. Mets win 3-1. So, Denise Finelli, the starter, tries to get win number 20. Unfortunately, she is saddled with the loss. She goes 19-2 on the season. The win goes to Whitey Ford, who's 10-11. Mariano Rivera for the Mets, gets save number 40. And the Mets sweep the Terraformers. My goodness. Not cool. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
For the victorious New York Mets, 3 runs on 8 hits with 1 error.